This is the most converting page, leading your visitors from information to the point of sale. We explained everything. Let's dive in the sales pages. Probably the pages you will most have in front of you, and you will most likely adjust the sales page, because if you have different offers, you're more likely to change this page or to update it, create a new one, create multiple ones. First of all, I would suggest to directly duplicate this one and call it through the offer you are setting. So for example, capture that interior, because that means that your URL is also your domain / capture that interior, and that looks just way nicer than sales page, because yeah, of course you're selling, but you don't want to call it like, hi, this is my sales page. Then we are starting off again with and do this upfront. So if you already have links with this name, that if you change it afterwards, your links are broken. So if you, for example, already linked through it on your homepage and then you change the name, then the link doesn't work anymore. Okay, so I would suggest here putting a logo of your your service, your course, anything here that makes it recognizable that this is that specific course. Or use a popping color. We use really like the neutral tones, but I can imagine that you want some popping color used here so people really recognize it. Then we have a little payoff and we have a title. So you can change this how you want. And this directly refers to the prices. So if people come on this page or they see it already multiple times, they're visiting your times multiple times, so they're really interested in this offer, then it scrolls directly down, let's see, with click actions, to the price. So that wasn't in yet, so then it directly scrolls to the payment options. Make sure that also this one is referring to that part of the page. So the text, let's go here, the CTA text and the CTA frame are both referring to this part of the canvas of the page. So now if people click it, it directly scrolls down to that part of this page. Then we have a little introduction, a little bit about you, but like anything, you can leave this out by deselecting it on the left side, and then you can deselect it on desktop or on mobile. Again, if you want to deselect it, but it's still in your website, so if you select it again, then it pops up and you can still use it. You don't have to again upload it from the share key. Always let this refer to the payment options. Here we have a little how to call it, animation. Let me show you here. Let's scroll down. So we have the you want this. Yes, people want this offer. If you want to change this text, just go to view 1. You is the first word, then the second word, and the third word. So you can change this here. Okay, then we scroll down. We have a subtitle, a title. Here you can place your logo. So actually this needs to be in line. So capture that interior is the course. Then here that needs to be as well. But well, we call it here the new CEO because we made some little mock-ups about it. But make sure this refers to the same thing. Then we have here a little mock-up. So it's a phone and it's a screen, and yeah, it will be even nicer if you have a screenshot of your online course, for example, or anything else. But here you place just the image. So here you just swap the image. Here you already see it as well. So just change this. And then we have a little description. This is referring again to the payment option. So directly scroll down through the page. Then the perks of this offer. So a little introduction here, something that catches the eye. How many persons did it, whatever suits your course, of course. And then here we have like, what it is. So actually this is the most important view about your course. This really summarizes your whole course. This is the screenshot people can make and send it to someone else, and that someone else directly thinks, yes, I need this in my life. So feel free to add more or less. Let's lock this one. So if you lock it here, meaning this cannot go to the left, right, upside down, and you can just type in here. Also, like we did here, if you want something more bold, then you select that word and make it bold. So yeah, if you want more plus, then we drag this down, for example, and we copy and paste this, and then we have another point with it. But make sure you also do it here, of course, on your mobile version. So I would suggest always have the desktop version and the mobile version next to each other, so you know what you're doing. Otherwise you might tend to forget it, and if you copy paste too much or you add too much, it's going to be a mess, and it's really hard to get it all in line. All right, let's remove this one and let's get this one back to the top. I always like it when there is some more space around here, so it feels more lively. It doesn't feel like really compact and with a lot of text. Then you have complimentary bonuses. So you have a one-on-one, you have a freebie with it, anything that makes people want to buy it even more. After reading the text above, what's all in it, here you have some more perks. So actually this is the title. If you want to call it differently, just feel free to change the text. Perk 1, for example, a coaching call, you can type it here, of course, and then you have a little description. And they can't say no to this, again, refers to the pricing, so people can directly buy it. Because we have gone through a lot of text, here we have an image of you, of the course, of what really speaks for this course. Let's scroll down. So, if people are still doubting, then here you're going to say why it would change them, why it would change their lives, for example. So we have 3 outcomes here, but also feel free to change that little in what is the tone of your print. Then here, which I really liked, are the stats. So for example, how many people joined your courses, or anything that you have that refers to this. So just click it and just change it. Alright, again, if you don't have this, for example, just deselect it so it's not visible anymore. Then here we have the courses and the modules. So what's including in the class or in the lessons if you have multiple lessons. So for example, we have here already 2 subjects, that is branding and that is finances. So here we have the Canvas view 1 and here we have 6. So meaning you can change this. These are the takeouts of this specific part. And then we have module 2, and then you can duplicate it. This is number 3. You can change the picture again. So here, swap the image, and this, for example, is campaigns. And then type the whole input for the campaigns, the takeouts. And also make sure that this is number 3. So also change this to number 3, for example. I will delete it now, but we made already a sample of module 1 and 2. But just go on like that and make sure that it's named well. Okay, let's remove it. Oh, let's remove this one. And then module 1 again. If you have some guest educators, what you see more often, because, well, we cannot do it all alone, and I see there's something missing here, and that is the online products. Yeah, that is this one. So now it's behind the little block. So I'm going to drag it up front, so now you see it. it can be happening that something is like under something else. So this is also the kind of layers. Then just drag it on top. So it is really easy in that, and it will be visible. So for example, here you can put in the topics you someone else is doing for your course, is giving a masterclass, is showing up in your event, for example. Yeah, just type in whatever you want. Or if you don't have this part, just deselect it so it's not visible. Then we have here a little summary about your course. So why do you need to follow this course? Now, of course, because it works, but here you can write a little text. Then we have the payment options, and behind this, you see that this is not visible. Always recommend using a high contrast in this kind of button. So for example, the darker tone with a light tone, this combines really nicely with the background. Alright, so here you can name your plan, and here you put in the fee. Also, don't forget to link to your terms. Here we also link to the FAQ, so if people have questions, they linking through that and they don't email you. Then after or behind this little button, I will link it to your plug and play or any other payment tool you're using. So don't forget to link this, otherwise they cannot pay your course, of course, and they're not joining. So after here the highlighted quote, we have some reviews, and we place these reviews with YouTube, but you can also do it with Vimeo, for example. So what you're going to do is you just can change this to Vimeo or through YouTube, and you're adding your link ID. So that's the last part of the URL of YouTube. You paste it in here, and ta-da, there it is. Because video reviews tend to work better, we place these ones. But there's also an option to have writing reviews, and then you can just copy that part of the canvas and just place it here. Let's go down. This is again a work together call to action banner. So just change this how you want it, and a frequently asked questions. So for the settings of this one, just go to the frequently asked questions page. There we will explain a little bit more about this part.